Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. We've already got some stories coming out here for Case of the Karmic. So we've just been through a cute little portal and you may have felt the energies kind of being weird. And that's because for those people in fifth dimensional and above consciousness, they'll be feeling a little bit sleepy, a little bit tired, perhaps a little bit unsettled. And for the karmic people, they'll be feeling kind of very not in tune with the energy coming through if they're in third dimensional consciousness. Okay, so I want to explain to you third dimensional consciousness as opposed to fifth dimensional consciousness just very quickly. So the third dimensional consciousness is people who are still living in fear, judgment, jealousy, anger, having a lack of understanding for others, and generally allowing the situations outside of themselves to make them feel a certain way. People who are in fifth dimensional consciousness and above will understand that everyone is on their own journey and people act in ways that perhaps they shouldn't, in behaviors that they shouldn't, because they are not ready to see yet, or not on the path to seeing or being spiritually awake. And so fifth dimensional consciousness, you'll know you're there because you will have a feeling of joy, a feeling of bliss, a feeling of being happy most of the time. And you won't be triggered by lower vibrational people. You'll just feel the need to move away from them and maintain your own frequency. So I wanted to get that out there first. Most times when we do these Case of the Karmic readings, we are dealing with karmic people that are giving our divine masculines a hard time. I wouldn't always say it's so that divine masculine learns a lesson. I would sometimes say that karmics are there to accentuate growth and to also enable people to have epiphanies, and to get where they need to go, by seeing what they don't want. Okay, so if someone's acting in a way that you don't like in a third dimensional consciousness, right, and you're in a higher vibration, fifth dimensional consciousness and above, they say Jesus was in an eighth dimensional consciousness, just as a reference. So if people are acting in a way that you don't like, it enables you to know what you do like. And so if you're on the twin flame journey and your counterpart isn't awake, then you could say that they are either not awake or that they're in a distorted vibration, especially if they're doing behaviors which are not congruent with a higher level of consciousness. So if they're lying, if they're stealing, if they're treating people with disrespect, if they're using drugs or alcohol as a means to escape, that would be a lower vibrational consciousness. If they're getting jealous, if they're bitter, if they're in their ego, that's a third dimensional consciousness. So I just wanted to explain that before I go into Case of the Karmic, because I'm not actually having a go at karmics They do help us know what we want and what we don't want. And in some cases, they can reflect back to us what we don't want to see in ourselves. All right? So, if you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll answer them as best as I can. I'm going to do 3 stories, case of the karmic. The first story is about the divine masculine who's having an unlucky cycle here. And I feel like the world situation has kind of made him feel like everything's crumbling down. He feels unlucky and he feels like there's no victory. He's trying to come out of this paused state, and you may hear from him as he comes in. He is friends with Benefits Charlie, with passion, and he may even seem like he's going to take some kind of risk with you. So it may be an out of character action that your divine masculine does. I feel like this divine masculine is in a relationship with someone he's not happy with. This third party is here. Okay. Could be family members, could be a marriage. He doesn't want to plan anymore here. He does not want to plan here anymore. In fact, he's very, very upset with the way he's been treated. He feels kind of miserable. This is miserable Mike, which isn't much fun. Miserable Mike is seriously feeling very alone, actually. And I don't like this energy because as I'm tapping into this divine masculine, I'm feeling this depression here. I'm feeling like the people around him are so distorted that he's actually falling into a sadness that he may not be able to get out of. So I don't want to joke around with this particular karmic situation here, because I really feel like this divine masculine needs to get away, mentally get away. He may not have the physical means to do this. He may not have the resources to do this. He feels very lonely. Yeah, wanting to get out of a marriage here because the wife is extremely masculine in her energy. Distorted kind of masculine, as in, it's my way or the highway, you'll do as I say. Ego battles going on, and an intense sadness, a feeling like he's been deceived, like he wants to run away in the night. He's feeling very small at the moment. You know, they often talk about women who are abused by men and who want to leave a situation. In this case, this divine masculine is actually being verbally or mentally abused by this woman. So if you're listening today and this is your divine masculine, just know the angels are here to help him. Pray for your divine masculine if that resonates with you. Okay. I feel like he's been bullied. I feel like she's kind of said, you know, I'll take the house if you leave me now. I'll take you to court and, you know, half the house is mine and you won't be able to pay me alimony or something. He's pissed off. He's very pissed off. But he's also feeling extremely lucky that he has a divine feminine by his side here that would be willing to take on his children. He may have children. He needs you to send him loving messages right now because he may lose his property and his marriage. This divine masculine may be a fire sign who's worked extremely hard to get what he has got in his life. I do feel he is a father, brokenhearted at what's been going on here, having to defend himself all the time, longing to be in this beautiful twin flame relationship, having wanted this for a very long time, feeling the healingness in it. Very beautiful. If you're this divine feminine and this is your masculine, he really thinks the world of you. He knows that you are his wish fulfillment here. He's off balance at the moment, so he may be drinking, overindulging in some kind of drug. Be very careful with this divine masculine. He's over balancing himself here, which can be quite serious. He may even need professional healing, professional help. This card came from another deck. See the size difference? He may need help from a professional. Yeah. So that's story number 1. I'm just going to write down what time the next story starts. Okay, so that's story 1 done. Story 2. Let's see what's going on here with the karmic. Whew. Can feel some kind of hot. It's getting hot in here. I want to say it's getting hot in here. Maybe summertime for this divine masculine wherever he lives. And then literally this card just came out. This card is associated with the summertime. So that's interesting. All right, this divine masculine's trying to gain his strength here. We have a third party situation here, but I feel like it's work. So your divine masculine may not be coming in because he's tired from work. He wants to say to you that he loves you. You are his world. You are his complete happiness. You are his wish fulfillment. He's very passionate, very enthusiastic. He could be a water sign. He may even want to have a baby with you, divine feminine. He thinks you are a star. Wow. With this divine masculine, I feel like I want to go like this and kind of massage the back of his head for him. I mean, I don't want to massage your divine masculine, but this guy needs some stress relief. He's working too much. Too much work makes Jack a dull boy, is the saying. There may be a woman here he works with. She could be a fire sign. Very business-minded. Could be his boss. An organizer of others, it says here. She could be quite judgmental of him. And this is causing him some anxiety. But he's committed to some kind of project here. Or maybe he has to travel for work. We have the travel card with the Six of Swords in reverse. And then the Page of Wands is also here in reverse, saying that, you know, it's also saying traveling for work, maybe even going overseas. But he's feeling deceived by this situation. He knows that he just has to kind of make her happy by ticking all these boxes, and it's annoying him. Even though the money's good, he doesn't like being told what to do. Because he's actually trying to be in his heart space here. And this woman, yeah, see? He's trying to be in his heart space here in general, in life in general, wanting to have wish fulfillment and trying to earn enough money to be able to bring this in for his divine feminine. But there's arguing here. But because the work is so good, he kind of stays. Because it's like she's given him an offer that he can't refuse or something like that. You know, if you just do 3 more hours of overtime, we'll send you to the Bahamas. If you just do more paperwork, then I'll be able to tick all these boxes. It's kind of like that. I don't like her energy. I mean, I'm blessing it, but I don't like how he's being treated at all. It makes me grumpy. Am I allowed to be grumpy? I'm joking. I'm not really. I just feel that divine masculine is really trying to save, perhaps to marry his divine feminine for an engagement ring or something like that. And he's just getting extra stuff at work that he shouldn't be having to do. So I don't like that. Alrighty, so we're going to do now, we're going to do the next reading for story 3. Story 3 is feeling a little bit weird. As I pick up the cards, I'm feeling weird. Why am I feeling weird? Okay, because there's deception here. There is a deception here. In the recent past, there's been a deception. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Loving messages have come in quickly about the twin flame journey. So this divine masculine would have had a conversation with his divine feminine about the twin flame journey. I'm trying to figure out the deception. Okay. He hasn't spilled the beans to this earth sign divine feminine that there's another woman. Okay. So he knows that you are his twin flame, and you know that you are his twin flame if this story is resonating for you. But you, divine feminine, have been left out in the cold regarding that there is another lover here that he has. Okay, a soulmate. Or an ex. Or an ex. A karmic soulmate or ex. So he's kind of holding his cards close to his chest here. And he knows better than this. He knows better than to try and commit while there's something else going on here. And in fact, he's been thinking about this, and it's playing on his mind because he does have a conscience. You see how he's thinking about it, and then he's thinking, wow, the Lord is watching me, or God is watching me. This is the twin flame for sure. But he already has a home or a place with someone else. And so divine feminine is being played for a fool here because she's believed what he said. She's had an inkling that something's not quite right. She's had an inkling that something's not quite right, but she hasn't studied it enough. Unfortunately, he's shot himself in the foot here. He's mentally exhausted from trying to keep this charade going. This untruth is here. This untruth is here, and he's acting like everything's perfect, everything's fine. We literally have the Emperor and the Empress because they are counterparts. But he's still in this third dimensional consciousness. He's going from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness because he knows that if he tells you, if this is your divine masculine, that's going to really upset you. To know that he's been literally hanging around, wow, with the other woman. Ooh, that one's a nasty one. That one's a hard one to take. Yeah, see, he's not tamed his own ego. He's still in this third dimensional consciousness. Hasn't tamed his ego yet. Is still giving to someone else, telling you that he loves you and you're his twin flame, but still giving to someone else, pretending to be this well-balanced, beautiful man. And the universe is telling him to enlighten the divine feminine about this knowledge so that she's not confused, and then she can choose whether or not she wants to move forward with him or not. All right? He may be an earth sign or a fire sign. He probably messages quite a bit. But lying is, of course, toxic behavior. And he'll go in, as he goes within and tries to be good, he does feel guilty because there's deception here. Manipulation, I should say. Manipulation. You know, if you know a certain truth and you're not speaking it, that's still manipulating. You know, not telling someone something that you know that they should know is manipulation. And that's, unfortunately, is what he's doing. Wow. So, I hope none of these readings resonate with you today. Ouch. All right. I love you all very much. I'm sending you love and light from Australia. If you need me for anything at all, don't hesitate to contact me. My email is in the description box. For those of you who have done my Ascension package, congratulations to those of you who've now come into union with yourself and your twin flame. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. If you want my Ascension package, get in contact with me. I'm now offering it in modules so you can pay as you go. I'm also doing general life path readings, soulmate readings, twin flame readings, and I also have my 1-hour instructional video on manifesting your twin flame. And if you haven't done that yet and you're confused about why you're in separation from your divine masculine, that will enlighten you once and for all. And it's probably nothing you've ever heard before because it's completely my idea. And it's copyrighted, in fact. So you wouldn't have heard of this before. All right. So it's not the same old, stuff that you would have Googled, if you know what I mean. All right. So I'm sending you love and light and peace this day. And if you haven't got a copy yet, go and get one. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Mwah. Bye.